Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
I'll tell you what jumped off the page to me, guys, the firepower off the bench. I mean, that's what really, I think, led them to that victory.
Well, it was that energy boost factor, we call it. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game, but it was there for them that night.
Back to Westbrook. Dives for it. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
A moment here now to take a look at some of the numbers for Anthony. He's averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Certainly not numbers he should be disappointed in, but we know what high standard he holds himself to.
Well, quite honestly, I hope he's not disappointed. I mean, he's been giving them major contributions on a daily basis.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
A lot of high hopes for the Thunder heading into last season's playoffs, and it didn't go quite as they had planned.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for New York. Calderon comes in for J.R. Smith. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Baca comes in for Nick Collison. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. Thunder would come back from the first round scare nicely as they got rid of the Clippers in the second round.
And it looked like they would be in for a good fight against the Spurs in the conference finals, but just kind of faded away as that series wore on. And I think that was more what San Antonio did than what the Thunder didn't do.
They played their best basketball with Spurs, obviously late in the season.
They raised it each series. It seemed as though they got to another level.
Hit it at the right time, didn't they? Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, Serge Ibaka is now a two-way presence. Of course, an intimidating shot blocker, but also a great complementary piece offensively. Kevin Durant said he's a guy that excels playing off of others. He gives himself up, sets great screens. He shifts the defense with his hard rolls to the basket, and you have to respect his jumper. Kevin, back to you.
He stretched his range out beyond the arc, Doris. Thanks. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
And that one's good, Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, one of the league's elite scorers, no doubt.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, really versatile as a threat. He can back you down because he's strong. He's a lot stronger than people realize. He can bump and grind with the best of them, and he can face you up. He's got the quick release. He can pull up off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He can post. He can get to the offensive glass. And I think he's become a much more consistent threat from long range as well. So that's why he's got a career scoring average of around 25 a game.
And so it's New York with it after Oklahoma City gets the three. Well, Knicks ownership guys frustrated last season that Iman Shumpert didn't participate in the Summer League. And Steve, they were hoping he'd test out for some minutes at the point guard position.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin, and we heard his name arise all season long in trade rumors.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Samuel Dallenberg, who's checked in for Stoudemire. Smith comes in for Quincy Acey. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Larkin in for Jose Calderon. Pass to Shumpert. The feed to Prigioni. And the Knicks miss again.
And for Shumpert, his shooting numbers were down last season. He shot over 40% from long range in year 2, but was down to 33% last season. That can happen sometimes in the course of a career. Still good from the corners with Shumpert, but perhaps he shot too many from above the arc.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Shumpert's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they've got a big edge now when you look at the fast break points, guys.
It hasn't helped put them in front, Steve, but they need to keep playing that rapid-fire basketball. That's their style.
It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
Check out the game for Durant. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Yeah, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
The second half just about to get going here. Taking a look at the Thunder. Hockey at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not. Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Ibaka dishes to Durant. For the 3. Good.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 14 points.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Calderon for 3. And that one's good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, he's watching his club miss a lot of shots that they normally make, and that has to be frustrating. So I think he's going to call this timeout just to try to see if they can be more aggressive, get them to the free throw line maybe.
Sometimes that's the best solution for them, but ultimately I think they'll be able to shoot themselves out of this slump. But in the meantime, maybe getting to the free throw line will help.
Durant for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Jose Calderon signed by the Mavericks to a 4-year contract last season. Along with Monte Ellis, he helped elevate Dallas to become a top 5 team offensively.
Out to Anthony. Puts up a 3. Anthony missing again. Outside Durant. 3-pointer. AC with the rebound. Ace's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Clark Calderon traded this offseason to the New York Knicks. They feel they've made an upgrade at that position.
I would venture to say they did. Raymond Felton struggled last season. Felton is a better defender than Calderon, but offensively I don't think there's much comparison. Calderon is an excellent passer, and he's one of the best shooters in league history on the catch and off the dribble.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Quincy Ace. Hardaway is subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Andre Robertson. Here's Durant. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Steve, right from the start last season, some upheaval for the New York Knicks with the front office shaking.
Yeah, surprising move when you consider that the team was coming off a 54-win season in 2013. And the team's first second-round appearance in over a decade.
Smith kicks to Stoudemire. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needs to be. Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those. And for the Knicks coaching staff last season, you think about it, guys, it had to be tough. The GM who hired you no longer with the organization, and ownership basically saying championship or bust. A lot of different pressure coming from different sources in the Knicks situation.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Derek Fisher went straight from playing to being a head coach. Pretty rare, but to hear his former teammates on the Thunder, he's got what it takes to be successful. Nick Collison called him the only guy I've played with who can address the team as a leader. And Kevin Durant said he's a great motivator who demands respect. Kevin, a pretty good way to start.
Ringing endorsements from two great leaders in their own right. Thanks, Doris. Catching up on the changes for New York. Samuel Dalembert, who's checked in for Stoudemire. Smith comes in for Anthony. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jose Calderon. The three from Morrow. And that one's good. And now it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
And with a new front office again this season, the Zen Master, Phil Jackson at the helm, new coaching staff. We'll see if the Knicks can create a stable foundation moving forward.
Here's Morrow. He's got 12. Goes back up. Adams' shot is off. New York shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Got that bucket in no time at all. Smith's got his first 2 points. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now the dish to Adams. Puts up the baby hook. And the shot is good. And the Thunder lead by 10. Larkin, the pass to Smith. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Lamb. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 12. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. The Thunder leading by 12. Prigioni and Shumpert are on the wings. Quincy AC out there with Dalembert. And it's Larkin in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. The pass tomorrow. The three. Can't get it to go. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Larkin can't get it to go. The Thunder shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Adams' shot is good.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
For the three. Here's AC. Stolen by Collison. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Morrow dishes to Durant. There's the triple. That's good. Kevin Durant. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I love their hustle because they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities just as a result of playing hard.
And he dunks it down.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively, it has all been working for him today.
So for the Knicks, Stoudemire's checked in for Dalembert. Anthony comes in for Pablo Prigioni. And it's Calderon in for Larkin. Calderon kicks to Stoudemire. Shumpert passes to Carmelo. New York, no good that time either.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Well, if you're doing enough good things and you're maintaining at least a slight edge on the boards, you're usually going to be in pretty good shape.
New York, no good that time either.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
And here's Morrow outside. Second chance shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.